my basic design in Photoshop, and I want to transfer this design to Dreamweaver. So let's start a Dreamweaver document. It's an HTML document, and we'll save it in here, and we'll call it index.html. In my folder, make sure everything is saved in the same folder. Title your document. And if I look at my original document, I see that I have 1 row, 2 rows. I've got 2 rows in here. So I'll make a table, which I go up here in common, and I click on that, and I'll go 2 rows, 1 column, 0 border thickness. That'll give me this. And I'll probably want to put it in the center here. I can make that any size I want. Make the top a little smaller like that. And inside that, I want another table because you notice I've got these buttons. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buttons. So now I'll need another table with this in here. And I'll go 1 row and 5 columns. Fifth time. 1 row and 5 columns. And this is probably not the right size. Let's make it a little more realistic here. We're really going to have to resize all these. It won't matter. They'll probably resize once we stick those buttons in there. So it's putting buttons in. It's really easy. I've made all my buttons already. My first one's an index. And let's make that a link. We'll call it index.html, which is what we're going to be linking to. The next one is the Photoshop one. And we'll call that Photoshop.html. And the next one is, I want to click on these. I'll tell you what, make a border 0. If you just leave it default, you're going to have this ugly blue border. I don't know if you want that. It doesn't really show us the original design. And next was Illustrator. Make the link for that. And 0 border. InDesign. And we're going to have a final. To make that a little bigger. It's really cool because you can just drag those and drop them. See how that makes it just the right size. .html. And make that 0. So now we have links for each of these. If you want to do rollovers, you have to go in and let's just make a rollover. If we open up one of these, it's really cool. If you want to change any of this, like, I don't know, let's make it like this weird yellow color, ugly yellow, gold. And now this will be a rollover. if you want to roll over. You can click on one of these. Are we in the right program here? Here we go. And we can go, let me see. Oh, here we go. Image rollover. There we go. We click on that one. This will give us this. The original image is index B, and then the rollover is index B roll, and it's a JPEG, and that's a JPEG. And that will give us that, and we'll get rid of the original. And no, this one's a rollover. And you can do that for all of them if that's what you wish. So we've got a couple more things to do. We need the background for the table. So go up here to Tag Inspector, Attributes, Background, and we'll type here, did I call it small background .jpg. That's what I called it. Let me see. Yep. And then for the big background, we'll go to Page Properties, and that will give us the black in the big background. So background color is black, and we just have to save it. Make sure it's in there. And make, for each of your pages, do the same thing. You're going to have a Photoshop, an Illustrator, and a final. InDesign is going to be a PDF file. You don't need to do that. So make an index Photoshop, an Illustrator, and a final page. And for your Photoshop in here, you can make another table. And put that in there. And then drag your pictures in there. So it's that easy. Let's see if it worked. Go in here, open that up. Firefox, there we go. And we even have a rollover. Look at that. Click on there, and that's that easy. So that's how you make a web page in Dreamweaver.